Benchmark, the voice of business. Presented by LMD.
On this week's edition of Benchmark, in our first installment, we survey the state of the national economy with special focus on our tourism numbers. Then in our feature segment, we turn the spotlight on Deva Ellapola, Managing Director and CEO of Acuity Stockbrokers, to find out what heights our boss may scale this year. And we wrap up this edition by tuning in to Samantha Amarasinghe, economist and LMD columnist, to find out how our authorities may respond to the challenge of excess liquidity. That's the lineup for Benchmark this week. Hello and welcome to Benchmark. I am Savitri Rodrigo. This week, we review the state of the nation and how some key global trends may play out for us here in Sri Lanka. Inflation worries are nudging central banks around Asia to consider tightening policy, but CBSL's Monetary Board decided to stay put at its monthly meeting in mid-May. So, policy interest rates will remain at current levels, that's 7 and 8.5% for repo and reverse repo respectively. In April, the bank raised the statutory reserve ratio, or SRR, to 8%, and it says the move is paying off. The market is responding to the change in SRR, which resulted in absorbing 18 billion rupees from the banking system, a press statement notes. Meanwhile, real GDP growth in the first quarter largely met targets except for agriculture. Taking a look at the big picture, Asia's rise has been remarkable, but the region's prosperity is by no means preordained, states a report released by the ADB. For instance, Sri Lanka is among 11 developing Asian countries that have grown at more than 3.5% per capita since 2000, a rate that doubles incomes in 20 years. But we are susceptible to the middle income trap, where we could remain in a slow growth mode unless we change strategies and move up the value chain. In particular, the traditional model of low-wage manufacturing for exports will not yield results if we are to be part of the Asian century that many say we are now in. Meanwhile, some $99 billion in market value was wiped off commodities in early May, and oil took a mighty dive after the killing of Osama bin Laden was announced. Silver led the route, reports Bloomberg, but experts are predicting a speedy recovery. Although gold also fell, central banks are said to be expanding their reserves for the first time in a generation as bullion rises for the 11th consecutive year. And that's the longest winning streak since at least 1920. Since the end of 2009, countries like India, Sri Lanka, Mauritius and Bangladesh have purchased metals, including gold. And Mexico, Russia and Thailand bought $6 billion of bullion in February and March. Moving on, it may have been the off-season and the ICC cricket fiesta came to a close early in April, but the Aurudu month saw a continuous flow of visitors to our land. The turnstiles at the BIA's Arrivals Lounge saw 63,835 visitors pass through, and that brought the year-to-date count to nearly 280,000, which is a healthy increase of 40% over the January-April period in 2010. And so the trend continues in the upward direction, no doubt putting a spring in the step of our tourism bigwigs. In fact, with a show of garlands and gifts, Sri Lanka Tourism welcomed the 250,000th tourist to the island in April, because this is the first time we've achieved this number within the first 4 months of a year. The annual target of arrivals has also been revised upwards to 800,000 from 700,000. But where these thrill seekers will stay when they arrive has the tourism industry and officials in a quandary as they upgrade, renovate and sign deals to create new accommodation. India leads the way in the inventory of visitors by country. Some 52,000 residents from the subcontinent's most powerful nation trekked our way between January and April. The Brits followed with 37,000 tourists from the UK touching down in Katunayaka, and Germany came in third with almost 21,000 visitors. In the regional count, Western Europe continues to stay on top with close to 117,000 tourists seeking our sun, sand and surf. It's time now for a quick break for some messages from our sponsors. And when we come back, we ask Deva Ellapola whether the performance of our stock market augurs well for the future. Stay with us.